Hello, this is Fast Mike again, and I'm making a video today on something that I built. I think it's pretty damn sweet. What it is, I don't know if you can see that up there, cause out here maybe, well shit. All it is I took some metal that I had, and you can see right there where I had to splice a piece in because it wasn't quite tall enough. This is a winch that I built for the back of my truck. It's raw and unpainted, and that's the way I wanted you to see it. And there's the receiver. If you see this receiver right here, receiver with a ball, slides into the hitch for pulling trailers and race cars and whatnot. Okay, well, anyway, what we gonna do is I cut it out down there. That slides into the hitch, and there's a hole in there, just like that pin right there in that one. See, there's a hole in there. Let me get down there. See, I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's a hole in there. And all I did was I took some old square tubing, leftover tubing that I had. Let me try to get this more. Everybody's complaining. Oh, my fingers are. Took some old leftover tubing that I had, and I cut a piece out and coming out of the hitch, and I drilled me a hole in it so I could pin it inside the receiver. And then I welded this big old long. You can see the weld down there. It's welded all the way around. I put 3 passes on it because this thing's going to be picking up some weight. And I started out, I welded this big old, imagine none of that's on there. Just pay attention to the 2-inch square tubing itself. I come out of the hitch and I welded me a big old long piece down there. I weld that on there and I run it all the way up like this. And at the top I put a plate on there. And that's where I stopped, right there at that plate. And my idea was that I would take a winch like this and put up there and have that cable just come off that winch. Whoops, wait a minute. Where? Okay. Have that cable sit up there where that wheel is and have that cable come right straight down the back. Just like so. And have it just like that. Well, I had a problem with that. Problem with that is by the time I stick it in the truck, I couldn't reach the handle. I'd have to get up on the bed and do it. So I come up with an idea. I said I'll take me a wheel. This is just an old dolly wheel that I built my welder cart out of. I had a couple left over. Matter of fact, let me see here. Well, hell, I don't know. The other one's over there on the other side of the 4-wheeler somewhere. But anyway, I took an old dolly wheel and I welded me some 1x1, and I stuck that dolly wheel in the middle and put a big hole in it, run a bolt through it, and it's got a bearing in there. So what happens now is I can go down here and put this in the truck, like I was talking about. Put this in the truck. I can sit down here to the bed, stand up or sit down, whatever, and I can crank that winch, and it'll go up and over that wheel and come down the back side because I want to pull stuff from the back of my truck, and it'll come down. It'll draw that hook up in there. It'll draw that hook up and it'll bring it up like that over up to that wheel. That's as high as I can go. And I pulled the measure out. I put a tape on it, and I think it runs, I don't know, somewhere near 6.5, something like that, to the top there. But anyway, I can crank that winch, and it'll come up over that wheel, and it'll reverse directions because you're going up and over, you know. So that wheel's pulling one way. the winch is drawing it in, and that wheel's reversing the direction and drawing that up. So we're coming down on this side, winch side, and we're coming up on this side because the laws of drivetrain and pulley and mechanics and whatever they call that. I don't know. I learned all that in school, but I don't remember now. But anyway, crank that winch and it'll lift up about anything I want to. And it's stuck in the hitch of my receiver on my truck, see? So I can get heavy stuff up on the back of my bed, because, I mean, hell, from anybody that knows my truck knows that bed I built, it's probably about 4 foot. Well, I don't know if it's quite 4 foot. Good 3 foot anyway. 3 foot probably to the top of it. And I can't pick stuff up off the ground and get it up there. So that was just a way for me to make things a little bit easier. I got me a can of black Rust-Oleum. And I'm going to spray it down. Make it look nice. And then I'm going to put it right back on the truck. And I'll show it to you when it's all hooked up. But anyway, that's my own design right there. I cut all that metal, welded it up. Ain't nothing off that came from the store other than that little winch. I even built my own cable for it and built my own hook. You see down there? Now, I wanted to bring something up to you. Whenever you're building cables and you use them little cable, what they call cable straps, you always use 2 of them. Don't just use one. Use 2 of them. One behind the other, and leave you about 1.5 inches, 2 inches in between them, because they've been known to slip. But I built me a cable, and I had some cable left over. I had to cut it down. I don't know. That's probably right near 20 feet, I guess. Alright, well, that's it. There she is. Home built lift for my truck. Slide her in the hitch and use her when I want to change out to go pull something. I can pull that pin, pull it out, and put my reese hitch back in. My slug. That's called a slug. Yep. Okay, well, I guess, and there's that carburetor I was working on. I ain't quite done with it, but I'm only getting fuel out of one side of the ventures. That means I got a clog up in there somewhere, but I did put it back together and it ain't working so well. I'm going to work on that some more, but I'm going to paint this. Maybe I'll get back to you. Let everybody see what it looked like when it's all painted up. Alright then. Well, remember, we tune carburetors, but we don't tune a fish. See ya.